Okay, for our first card, we have the Eight of Wands. So it appears that you guys are pretty focused on achieving maybe a dream that you've had and you've held for quite a while. Maybe you guys are working on achieving a goal. Now, the Eight of Wands, this is very swift action, quick movement. So things that occur quickly. This can also indicate that perhaps you may have a new love interest as well. You know, that'll resonate with some of you. But overall, this is about us working towards our goals. We're ready to achieve them, and we're working towards it steadily. So this is good focus. Good, good, good. Okay, this is our circumstances card, and here we have the Emperor. So the Emperor, this is typically male energy, but you know, this male and females can take on this energy. But for some of you, you know, this can indicate a father type figure, an older male in your life perhaps. But for some of you, a father figure. But this can in general be about channeling the Emperor's energies. Now, the Emperor is a leader. He is an authority. He's very good at mediating as well. And when he mediates, he can mediate in a way that benefits both parties. So he's a very good mediator. But overall, to me, this seems like you guys are just taking control of your circumstances. You're focused. You're like, I'm going to get things done. I'm in charge. I'm going to take care of it. So, overall, authority, boss, leader, or even, you know, a male, older male like a father. Now, I will be giving lots more details. I will be clarifying. If you watch my videos every month, then you know. I clarify because I love details. You know, and not every Taurus, sun, moon, and rising is the same. So I like to put plenty of details out there so that the reading, you know, has the possibility of helping more people. Okay. Now, this is our focus card, and here we have the Six of Wands in the reverse position. So this definitely would indicate that you guys had been working very hard towards achieving a goal of yours. And in pursuit of that goal, you've been encountered with obstacles, delays. It feels like no end in sight. It's like no matter what you do to try to keep it together so that you can achieve the victory, it's just boom, it falls apart. That's not so hot. So yeah, I mean, you're wanting your victory, and that is still, you still very much are focused on wanting that victory, and you rightfully so. I mean, with the Six of Wands, when it's in the upright or the reverse position, it doesn't matter because it shows that you have put your time and work and energy into achieving, you know, a particular victory. But when it's in the reverse position, this is just indicating that we're being met with delays and obstacles, and for some, we may have to start over. You know, that's not for everyone, but it's going to resonate with a few of you as far as starting over. But, you know, we're not done, so we're just getting started. Okay, this is the card position of your recent past, or the energy that is currently passing. And here we have the King of Swords, in the reverse position. So, when this king is in the reverse position, wow, this is not anybody that you would want to intentionally mess with. I'm just going to throw that out there. Now, typically this king gets upset because he gets some pretty bad news. And he doesn't know how to handle it. He really doesn't. And it can make him come across as very cruel, especially with his words. I mean, the verbal assault that this king can give is wow. Oh, wow. Whew. It's nasty, let me tell you. He can really upset others, not just with his words, but his actions too. And a lot of times, this type of energy likes to, be aloof. They want to withdraw. Sometimes there can even be a air of arrogance about them. And it's almost like they're, in their ivory tower, feeling like they're completely superior, but not so much. But, that can happen. And he can be very, very critical. Very critical. I mean, you may feel like you're being constantly judged in a very harsh, cruel way. So he definitely is pretty bad at judging. But see, symbolized by the swords tend to want to weigh things out, equally before they make decisions. But when it's in the reverse position, he's just not able to see both sides clearly, and it's like his logic and reasoning abilities are just so clouded by whatever has occurred that his emotions just seem to take control, and then his emotions pretty much speak for him, and that does not turn out well. But, very opinionated, can make very unfair comments, judgments about you. So this could have been someone that you guys were dealing with. And for a few of you, so I say a few of you could have been feeling this kind of way recently, or in your recent past. Okay, this is the card position of the present, the here and the now type of energy. We have the Page of Swords, which is also in the reverse position. Now, for some of you, I'm just going to get this out here. This could indicate a child. And if this is a child in your life, this child will be very inquisitive. But when it's in the reverse position, they're going to be very unpredictable. You may see some unpredictable behavior within one of your children. This is always a possibility. And perhaps some truth comes to light about something that maybe a child did. Okay, now not everyone has children, so we're moving on. Now, with the Page of Swords, if you've been in a situation where the truth has been withheld from you, get ready, because the truth is getting ready to be revealed. The Page of Swords, whether upright or in the reverse position, the desire to communicate is strong. no matter what position it comes in. But at least in the reverse position, the truth is going to come out. The truth always comes out in the end anyhow. I mean, it is what it is. But you guys also should be aware to be prepared. There may be some very sudden, unexpected type of events that could occur very rapidly and unexpectedly. Or you may see an event take place in your life that just has a very strange twist to it that, just seems to come out of left field. But whatever this situation is that is occurring for you guys, you're going to need to be on your toes because you're going to have to make some very quick decisions. This Page of Swords likes to move quick, quick, quick. So the overall energy is you're going to have to make some choices, and they're going to be rushed. So for some, we do good under pressure, and for others, we don't. So, but just be ready that, you may experience a situation that may be a bit strange, unexpected, out of the blue, and some truth could be coming to the surface here real soon about a certain situation or even a child. Okay, this is the card position of your near future. Here we have the Nine of Coins in the reverse position. Okay, typically I refer to this card as the self-employment card. But, not everybody's self-employed, but, this will resonate with some of you. Now, when it's in the reverse position, our money is not where we want it to be. When it's in the upright position, this is about self-sufficiency. So, when it's in the reverse position, we don't have that self-sufficiency in regards to finances. So, yeah, financial-wise, it looks like you're experiencing some money problems. And, this can trickle off and affect your whole entire household. So I need to be very, very careful here. For some of you, I would just highly recommend that you don't spend excessively, Figure out what, we have things that we want, and then we have things that we actually need. Things that we need would be better under this energy. We don't want to be going out and buying, things that we want that, are just, impulsive, spur of the moment. Oh, I really, really want that. Well, with this type of energy, money is being restricted. So, best to wait for that purchase until, a better time. Better energy. Now, for some people, this could indicate that if you have like an investment of some sort, like a financial investment, this could be presenting problems for you right now. And it will make you feel like you're very, very restricted right now. Low income here. It's like there's a restriction on our cash flow. And naturally that causes anxiety. So sometimes there can be an underlying fear of losing everything that you've worked for here. But that doesn't mean that all hope is lost. We got to keep going here. And you can't you can't stay down forever, okay? We all experience losses. You know, we have good times, not so hot times, you know, but we can't stay here forever. But, you know, again, like I was saying, just be careful, you know, cut the spin. I'm sure that, you know, whoever this is resonating with, you're already going to know the income's lower than what it's supposed to be. You're not feeling very comfortable and you're getting pretty anxious about it. So you don't want to be buying extravagant things, you know. Be careful. You don't want to invest in anything under that energy either. You know, don't invest. Okay, this is the card position of your attitude. So, I'm loving the attitude. Ace of Cups, Taurus, ruled by Venus. So, oh, I love this card. Now, you guys may be, some of you could be starting a new relationship. Some of you may be single and looking towards a new relationship. Some of you may be opening your heart for a relationship to occur. Now, this can also indicate that perhaps someone close to you, like a family member or a friend, could give birth or could end up getting news that they are pregnant. That's always a possibility. That won't resonate with everyone, but it will resonate with some of you. Now, this card also is about psychic development as well. And, well, typically I want to wait, but, you know. But, yes. You guys definitely want to pay attention to your dreams right now. Definitely pay attention. But overall, your attitude is fabulous. You're looking towards new starts with your heart opened. And I absolutely love the passion that you guys have. I love it. Here we have the card position of how other people see you. And this is the Hermit in the reverse position. I kind of feel like you guys had this last month, but I'm not sure. Moving on. Here we have the Hermit in the reverse position. So, this is kind of like a wishful thinking, daydreaming type of feeling, okay? This is where we could potentially be getting lost with our head in the clouds, so to speak. And we're not bringing our head out of the clouds. And so we can't really see how dark it is. Because there's a lot of crap going on. And yet we're not seeing it because we're, you know, lost in la la land. Now, for those of you that don't get all dreamy, this could simply indicate that you were just being wishful. You know, you're having wishful thinking. Or perhaps some of you are not listening to your inner voice, your intuition. Maybe your intuition told you that something wasn't going to work out and you were just like, oh, no, that's fear, you know. You want to listen to that intuition, that first feeling. Don't ignore it. And this can also indicate that perhaps someone that you know gave you advice and maybe you didn't take it. That's a possibility too. Okay, this is about our hopes and our fears. And here we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is We are waiting for results. Now, when it's in the reverse position, those results, those messages that we're waiting on in regards to a project that we've started, or like a business, or even say a goal that we started going after, and we're waiting for results from what we have put into it already. But when it's in the reverse position, those messages don't come in. So right now it seems like, we could class it as a fear, but we'll have to clarify before I can give my final on that one. Now here we have the final outcome card, which is the moon. So first and foremost, you guys really need to pay attention to your dreams. Also funny because the moon is in Taurus right now as I am doing this reading. But anyhow, yes, pay attention to your dreams. Lots of psychic information. You could be having lots of intuitions right now. Lots of intuitions. Maybe even some prophetic dreams. Quite possible. Now, for some of you, this could indicate that maybe you are having problems sleeping. For some of us, we have a bit of an overactive brain that just doesn't want to shut down. So, that could be some of you. Something to keep in mind. Now, when we have the moon, our emotions can be a bit exaggerated. Sometimes we can make a mountain out of a molehill. Sometimes with the moon card, maybe you're feeling that something like a big change is coming your way. Maybe you've had that feeling in the pit of your stomach for a while now. Well, if you've had that feeling in the pit of your stomach, the moon is saying, you're absolutely right. There is a major change coming. Now, the moon can also indicate deception here. So you do want to be careful of deception. Now the moon is also, it comes out at night. So this could be things that are hidden. Maybe some not so good activities taking place at night. But it can also indicate things being revealed in the night. So that's why I say pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your gut feelings. All of it. Don't ignore it. But don't freak out. Okay? If you get a message, just don't forget it. But don't focus on it either, okay? I like to remind people to take what resonates out of my readings and to hell with the rest, okay? Now, you want to be careful because this can indicate deception, but occasionally this can indicate self-deception as well. Sometimes if we get over-emotional in regards to an emotional type of situation, we may not be able to see things clearly. Yeah, I'm ready to clarify. I'm ready to dig more into this situation. Bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Cups, and I am almost positive you guys had this card, but I feel like it was in the upright position last month. Now it's in the reverse position. So this is definitely not so hot for the family life, okay? It could be a mess. Maybe the marriage is not going so well, or the relationship, or maybe the kids could be causing you problems, or, just not seeing eye to eye, conflict type things. Now, this can indicate acts of Mother Nature, if you will. So this can indicate flooding, or this could indicate, flooding by maybe you got some pipes that are old and need replaced. For some of you, you might experience flooding. Could be even a water heater that goes out and then it releases all the water out. But this can indicate water in the home. This can also indicate physical damage done to a home as well. But overall, this is about family, our happily ever after. And, well, we may just be feeling like we're not getting our happily ever after right now. Okay, wow. Alrighty. Oh, the moon. This really makes sense on top of the Page of Swords reversed. Wow. Yeah. You're definitely going to find out the truth about something, alright. And the truth is probably going to come from a person that's younger. Not necessarily a child. It could come from a child, but it could come from someone that's just simply younger than you. Ooh, nasty. Okay. Okay, we had our Eight of Wands here, and this is you working towards achieving one of your goals or one of your long-time dreams that you've wanted to achieve. You're working towards it. And we get the Hermit to clarify in the reverse position. So it's showing that perhaps some of you have been a bit maybe wishing that, things will happen. Maybe you're expecting things to fall in your lap to make it happen. Maybe some of you are not looking at the situation in the proper way because your judgment's clouded right now, maybe. Or maybe you didn't take some good advice, so maybe you didn't listen to your intuition. Our inner voice always has the right answer. It's just we got to quiet ourselves to listen. So yes, definitely experiencing a hiccup here. Okay, this was our circumstances card. We had our Emperor card. This is our authority. Also possible father type energy, but overall taking control of situations, taking control of our life. We clarify, we get the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is about you are prepared to handle anything that life throws your way right now. You can handle the adversity. You've got a lot of inner strength. And you've got the stamina, too, to deal with it. So whatever comes your way, don't let it bring you down so much, okay? Because you can handle it. This, too, shall pass. You know the saying. But yes, this is actually good because this shows that whatever happens, just remain in control. Be your own authority. And you're going to make it through. And this also can indicate that you will defend your family or your friends if you have to. You will even defend your beliefs and your values if you have to. If someone tries to test you, you won't back down. You're a Taurus. You're a bull. You ain't backing down. Okay, this was our focus card. We had the Six of Wands in the reverse position. So this is working towards achieving a victory, putting a lot of hard work into it, and we experience a delay. I can't talk. We experience a delay, obstacles. For a few of you, you may have to start over. We clarify, we get the Queen of Swords. So, the Queen of Swords, she is very analytical. So, she definitely analyzes every situation. And she also has very good logic and reasoning abilities, and she is very careful. She makes sure to weigh both situations. She wants the pros and the cons. So perhaps some of you are analyzing, why did this go wrong? Why did this not work? This is a card position of your recent past or the energy that is currently passing. We had our King of Swords. He can be pretty cruel, upset. He typically gets some upsetting news. We clarify and we get the Fool. So perhaps in your recent past, maybe you guys had started off in a new direction. And maybe you got some news that brought this to a grinding halt. And yeah, very upset. Or this could be someone else in your life. Perhaps they didn't agree with you taking off in this new direction. It can go either way. But, you know, the King of Swords, he wants, especially when he is in the reverse position, he wants to control others and he wants to dominate others. So that's up to you to know if you're behaving that way. If you're trying to control others, be careful. That doesn't turn out very good most of the time. But it shows that there was a new direction, a desire to go in a new direction. But clearly, this king still wasn't happy about it. So, you know, someone in your life could have been ready to go and take a journey. Maybe you didn't agree. Or maybe you were ready to head in a new direction and someone in your life's like, So someone in your life could be behaving in this way towards you. It doesn't just have to be you. This could be vice versa. So okay, this is the card position of the present, the here and the now energy. We had our Page of Swords, which was finally getting the truth of a situation. This is also perhaps a young child for a few of you that may be acting a bit unpredictable lately. Or this could be situations that occur unexpectedly and suddenly, or situations that have very strange twist of circumstances within them. And you have to make decisions quickly. But the Page of Swords is, especially when it's in the reverse position, is about getting to the truth of the matter, bringing it out, exposing it. And the Moon, things that happen at night, things that are hidden, this can indicate deception. But with the Page of Swords, it's going to be it's going to come out. But, you know, this could be indicating that perhaps you may be able to figure this out on your own. You may have a dream. That'll resonate for a couple of you. Some of you may have a dream where you actually find out the truth about something. You may wake up and be like, yeah, I don't know, it seems a bit far-fetched. And then all of a sudden, little tidbits of information start trickling their way in, and then you're like, okay, wow. Now, moving on. Perhaps for some of you, if you do have a child that is acting very unpredictable right now, perhaps they are very emotional right now. And, well, there's always a reason for why someone is emotional, so you may want to get to the truth of the matter on that. And this can also be you. The truth is probably going to make you emotional. For some of you, facing this unexpected quick situation that just pops up, strange twists, it could give you more nervous energy, okay? So, in turn, it can make you have a hard time sleeping. It won't for everyone, but for some of you, this will resonate. So I have to mention it. But yeah, you definitely want to take a look around at who could be lying. But don't look too hard because, let me tell you, it's coming out. It's coming out. And I guarantee most of you already know that someone's been keeping someone's, excuse me, I cannot talk today for the life of me. I guarantee most of you already know that someone's been withholding something from you. Okay. This was our card for the near future. We had the 9 of Coins in the reversed position, so we definitely need to halt our spending, but this is also indicating, you know, low income. And, you know, even possibly the fear of losing everything. You know, that could be about a job, too. Now, here we have the 2 of Swords, so this is indicating that you got a decision to make in regards to this. So, maybe some of you may be having to choose between 2 different jobs. Maybe some of you may be trying to weigh the pros and cons of, should we downsize? You know, what's the best thing that we can do for us right now? This can happen in many different ways, but, you know, it's going to involve money. And the money problems is what brings us to the point where we know we have to make a decision, but then there's a sense of, I don't know which way to go. I'm kind of stuck. I don't know which path I should take. Indecision. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, it looks like you got a decision to make, but look, don't beat yourself up if you can't figure it out immediately. You need to think about it. You need to weigh the pros and cons to each option. because you're going to have an option, you know, you got to make a choice. So you want to weigh each choice, you know, with the pros and the cons of each choice. Maybe even do a little bit of research if you have to. Educating yourself on a decision that you're about to make is absolutely a good thing. I mean, like I said, some of you may be having to change jobs. Some of you could be in the midst of trying to get a job. Perhaps you have two different options to choose from. For some of you may be trying to decide, should I remain self-employed or should I try to go get a regular job? That's always a possibility as well, because that is my self-employment card. Okay, here we had the attitude card. We had our Ace of Cups. So heart is open. Like I said, I love this energy. You guys are so full of passion. We clarify, we get the Nine of Cups. So you guys are definitely very wishful right now. But it appears to me that you guys are pretty focused on love. Whether this is a romantic relationship type of love or whether this is a friendship type of love. For some of you, you may desire to have a new friend, you know, that you could be really close with and have a very close connection to. For some of you, you may be ready for a new relationship. So this is definitely a wish fulfillment. And it would have to do with love. Do be careful of overindulgence, Taurus. Okay, this is how other people see you. This is perhaps wishful thinking, head in the clouds, not seeing how dark it is, not listening to your own inner voice, not listening to advice maybe someone else had given you. We clarify, we get the Page of Cups. So, the Page of Cups, well, now this could indicate someone younger than you also. Not necessarily, but, you know, it can. But either way, this is about receiving messages that are of a romantic nature. And so, and sometimes this can be literally where we find out that, oh, okay, you know, so-and-so is interested. Should I or shouldn't I? And maybe if you've already been in a relationship and you've come out of one, perhaps someone's looking at you like you've got your head in the clouds. You don't need to be jumping into another relationship. But you're like, oh, I am just ready. I'm ready. You do have a choice. But some of you may be focused on love right now. Or maybe some of you may be letting love get in the way. Especially in regards to finances. That'll resonate with some of you. But yes, this is definitely messages of love coming in, you know. And potential for a new relationship to blossom. But there's also a psychic element to this card as well. But having the Hermit in the reverse position kind of cancels it out. So, but you know, maybe someone looks at you like you didn't listen to your own inner voice. Your intuition was actually very much on target, but you didn't listen to it. Yeah, now this this is the hopes and fears position, and now that we clarify, this is most definitely a fear. I don't see anybody wishing for this, especially Five of Swords. It is reversed, but it's still pretty hardcore. It's not as bad in the reverse position as it is when it's in the upright position, but still it is not so hot. Okay? Five of Swords in the reverse position is about someone who just is, they desire to start conflict. Someone who is a gossip. Someone who wants to cause problems for you, and a lot of times they're going to run their mouth, bump their gums, and they don't necessarily care whether it's true or not. Some people just have a desire to start conflict for you. So, yeah, this is definitely a fear. This is not the type of results we really want to be waiting on, so. And some of you may be expecting someone to run their mouth or try to start problems for you. That's always a possibility as well. Now we had our final outcome card, and this was the Moon. We clarify, we get the Five of Wands in the reverse position. So, the Moon will definitely expand our imagination, and it really exaggerates our emotions sometimes. Whereas you may not be super emotional, one day, but, when we get the Moon card, you're like constantly emotional. Now we can see where the emotional reactions are coming from. When we have the Five of Wands, there were some conflicts. Now when the Five of Wands is in the upright position, it's like these men have been caught off guard, and they just wake up and they literally just start fighting each other. They don't even know why they're fighting. So, I mean, literally that's, people who've been having conflicts and arguments. They've had so many, like one right after the other, after the other, after the other. And it's like, once they get so far into it, they're like, I don't even know why this fight started. But with the Five of Wands in the reverse position, the upside to this is there's going to be a solution. You're going to be able to sit down and work things out and talk them through in a positive, constructive manner. Now, for a few of you, you may want to pay attention, because sometimes when we work out that conflict, that can bring about an opportunity. So, and it could be a good opportunity. But yes, this situation will be emotional. I mean, we're all emotional when we're arguing. So, clearly. But perhaps you may be feeling very emotional. But the upside here is the conflict is going to get resolved. So that is a positive. But at the same time, I want you guys to pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to that inner voice. Don't ignore it, please. Don't ignore it. Bottom of the deck, we get the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I'm not so happy about this here. Now, considering that the Moon card has come out twice, and combined with this card, some of you are definitely having sleepless nights. Some of you may even be suffering nightmares. Some of you are probably very, very emotional due to a loss. And maybe this loss, you finally get the truth about it. Maybe you've been feeling like you were in the dark And now the truth is coming out. But this card is, it's what I refer to as the nightmare card, because you literally can have nightmares. It can be sleepless nights, especially so when it's combined with the moon energies. But this is where we lose. This is about a loss. And this loss does provoke us emotionally, and tears, depression, even despair are all very possible. This loss hurts us. Now, of course, this is more within the mind, but it doesn't matter, you know. Loss is a loss. It hurts. Now, for a few of you, this could indicate that perhaps a hidden health problem emerges and you may need a surgery. Now, that's only going to be for a few of you, okay? So I don't want you guys to take that and spin it and then be worried about that. But, you know, that message will get to those that it's absolutely meant for. But this can indicate surgery. But, you know, this could be someone else needs surgery that's around you. But overall, it can be an upsetting situation. But more times than not, this is typically the loss of a relationship. You know, this could be a friendship. This could be a marriage. This could be a romantic relationship, friendship. It could even be, it could be so many different things all combined in one, actually. But the overall feeling is loss, and it's a very painful loss. It's a type of loss that keeps you up at night. That or you're having nightmares. It's not positive. I'm sorry. But no matter what the loss is, you're going to get better. Because I'm liking the fact that this is in the reverse position. I know that you guys are probably having a hard time making anything positive out of this right now. But I'm telling you, when the Five of Wands comes up reversed, that is positive. That shows the conflict stopping. And it can also indicate that an opportunity is coming your way. And for most it does. And it's a good opportunity. So I know it may feel negative, but you know, don't get too concerned about it. I feel like most of you are already going to be very on target and knowing where this is at, you know, if it's occurring for you or not. And like I said, take what resonates and leave the rest. Now, rarely this can indicate that someone you were close to passed. Like passed on. For the most of you, I feel like that's not where we're at. But I feel like there's a few of you that you have experienced losing someone here very recently. So I'm going to pull, you know, 1, 2, or 3 cards, whatever happens here, from my Talking to Heaven deck. Yep, here's one. As a soul, I can be in several places at once. Oh, I love the unicorn. I am so much better now. Okay, for the Love Oracle, I'm just pulling Love Oracle cards. I'm not clarifying. First one we get is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. I can definitely see that for some of you. Oh, yeah. This child may be acting a bit unpredictable. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. The Emperor. So you guys will know which ones resonate with you and which ones don't.
February 27th. And we have one more day of this hot burning Aries moon in the sky until the moon grounds in Taurus tonight at 11:29 p.m. Pacific time. So this hot day today, there are some big choices to be made today and some serious real world shifting happening as our relationships are really asked to evolve and transform, and some boundaries to be put up in our relationships because Venus is squaring Pluto tomorrow. So we're really starting to feel that today as the moon squares Pluto and Saturn as well. So this means there is some heavy lifting going on today, as well as some deep transformation of our relationships. And this can really end up in some power struggle energy, Venus squaring Pluto. This is our relationships and our values and what we love, and it's being asked to transform and to go deep. And so there's a tendency for obsessive energy and controlling and manipulating. So let's use this energy to evolve and to transform our relationships, to go deep, to make commitments, to draw some boundaries, and we can really use it this way. Or it could be quite a fight today. If you want to fight today, and tomorrow as well. So lots of deep breaths, and the moon squaring Pluto and Saturn today. This is us building and growing strong in the real world. So if you are feeling heavy with the weight of the world and all of your duties and obligations and responsibility, and they're heavy on your back like a brick backpack, well, that's what's happening today. So this is where we grow strong. We stand strong in our own alignment, and we don't lean out into somebody else's. That's where we're going to get into trouble. So just standing strong in our own selves. Focus on the self. Focus on the deep work that you're doing today and transforming in your relationship to yourself and making some boundaries for yourself and doing this heavy lifting with good alignment, because if we do heavy lifting when we're out of alignment, we're not helping our bodies, right? So that's a metaphor for everything as well as our physical bodies. This is a great day for strength training because we really build some strength, especially tonight when the moon squares Saturn at 7:24 p.m. Pacific time. So it's a beautiful day for growth and for getting a lot done and transforming your relationship with yourself. So I hope you have a beautiful day today, friend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.